keep thinking about this, so I guess I gotta talk about it for a second. You know, it's not, I don't do these videos often, only when I make my road trips. So like once a month I do a whole bunch. But anyway, I had this lady who was a patient who was dying from cancer, and she was the same age as me. And her family was like a lot of families, very weird about death, and they were angry that she did not try to prolong her life, even though she had terminal cancer. So it was an awkward situation. I've seen some very, very odd, weird situations with family members, adult protective services, boyfriends, husbands, sisters. I've seen some weird ass shit, okay? This is a weird thing. Anyway, there was a day when the family wasn't there. They were gone away or something like that. I hope I'm not, getting too close to violating that thing. But people kept coming to me and saying that she was real restless. And I was like, okay. And I'd give her some morphine. I'd give her some Ativan. I'd sit with her for a second. Fix her oxygen. Do whatever, try to make her comfortable. Well, finally, the housekeeper, Jackson, I miss that guy. He says to me, hey, she needs you in here. And it was like, ding, like if the housekeeper's telling me, Jackson's telling me that she needs me in there, then I need to go in there. So I went in there and I was like, she just wants someone to be with her. And I never had that sense before. You know how people are very much like, I don't want people to die alone. A lot of people want to die alone. Literally, they will wait until everyone leaves and then they will choose to die. Not everyone wants someone there while they die. It's kind of like a personal preference, I totally believe, and it's sort of, some people don't want it to be a big public display. But this lady, I sat with her and I rubbed her hair and I told her, you're doing a good job, you're doing so good, everything's going to be okay, you're doing so good. And that's a moment I think about quite a lot. And I just want to talk about it. I don't know. And then what happened was I had to go out because I'd been in there quite a while. I was the only nurse on the hall and they needed me for something. And so I got my CNA to come in, or my med tech, or whoever I had. It was Haley. And the person died about 10 minutes after Haley went in. But that's the only time that I felt that strong feeling of she wants someone with her. And I felt that she had chosen that time to die because that was her opportunity to not have her family there. I truly believe that. I don't know, death is weird, and people are very weird about death. They don't want people to die. In their minds, people are not going to die. Like, you will literally hear people say this statement, my family member never would have died if this hadn't happened. Never? They never would have died? No, they're going to die. They would have died. They would have died. At some point they would have died. And I think I've gone over this before, that people in skilled nursing, they have chronic kidney failure, they have liver failure, they have heart failure, they have respiratory failure, every system in their body is starting to fail. By a certain age, it's all going to shit, okay? And so when they're fine one day and then they go downhill the next, believe me, that was coming. That was coming, okay? A lot of these people with the respiratory failure, they won't wear like BiPAPs and stuff. Honestly, I don't blame them. But they're hypercapnic, they're retaining CO2, they can't maintain their oxygen sats, I literally think a lot of them get like anoxic brain injuries from having like a lack of oxygen, or for being hypoxic for long periods of time, and like you can't come back from that. You kill your brain cells, you're not getting them back. So that's another thing that I see a lot of people that have those respiratory issues, like they're on the brink all the time, I feel like. And a lot of times we have to send them out. And in skilled nursing, we don't do vents. That's something that we were just talking about, them wanting to put them on a ventilator, but they said a non-invasive, which is a BiPAP, which no one will ever wear. And the problem with, just so you know, BiPAPs is people take them off. So it's even worse than, say, them just having a nasal cannula on at night. At least if they got a cannula on, they got some oxygen going to them. If they take a BiPAP off, like, they're really fucked, which they will. I don't know, because it's just so uncomfortable. I don't know. Nursing is interesting. I see a lot of interesting stuff. I really actually like skilled nursing because there's such a variety of things. And it's I always call it like a, what's the word I'm looking for? See, the dementia and the perimenopause brain. It's like a study in it's like social studies. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Fucking A, you guys would know what I mean. Sociology, like, it's studying people, human nature, like, really, because it's like you have to learn to play people's games in order to get along with many, many, many different kinds of people. You know, when you hear people say there are 2 kinds of people in the world. Hell no, there's a million different kinds of people in the world, okay? Maybe a billion different kinds of people in the world. So, yeah, it's interesting. See something new every day. True story.